I opened my mother's bedroom door and saw my boyfriend on top of her. For one stupid second, my brain tried to make it into something else. Maybe he'd fallen. Maybe she was sick. Maybe there was some explanation that didn't involve Ryan half-dressed in my mother's bed, with her hand still on his back. Then he looked at me and said my name, like I was the one who had walked in at the wrong time. I dropped the grocery bag. An orange rolled under her dresser. My mother pulled the blanket to her chest and said, "This is not what it looks like." I actually laughed. Not because it was funny, because if I didn't, I think I would have screamed. Ryan scrambled up, grabbing for his jeans. "Babe, wait!" My mother still wouldn't look at me. That part messed me up almost more than the cheating. Ryan looked panicked, guilty even. My mother looked irritated, like I'd interrupted a phone call. I backed out of the room, grabbed my keys off the kitchen counter, and left while Ryan followed me barefoot, saying, "Please don't leave like this." Like this! Like there was a normal way to leave after catching your boyfriend sleeping with your mother. I made it 2 towns over before I had to pull over and throw up, but the worst part is it didn't come completely out of nowhere. There had been signs. I just kept swallowing them because I didn't want to be the girl who accused people of something that disgusting without proof. My mom is 52 and very polished. Highlights always fresh, nails always done, the kind of woman people call elegant, even when she's just standing in a kitchen. Men have always loved her. Growing up, people constantly told me, "Your mother is gorgeous." When Ryan met her, he smiled and said, "Okay, now I get where you get it from." I should have thought it was sweet. Instead, it made my skin prickle. At Thanksgiving, he offered to help her in the kitchen, even though he never helped me with anything unless I asked twice. When I walked in, they went quiet. My aunt later asked me, "Is he always this friendly with your mom?" I got defensive immediately. Then Ryan started acting weird with his phone. Face down all the time, new passcode, taking it into the bathroom. He told me his boss was being strict about client privacy. Ryan works in HVAC. My mother also started mentioning him way too casually. Ryan says you've been stressed. Ryan thinks you should ask for a raise. Ryan told me you've been skipping lunch. I finally asked, "Why are you talking to Ryan so much?" She smiled over her wine glass and said, "He asks me for advice sometimes. Men need a woman's perspective." When I brought it up to Ryan, he laughed and said, "She sent me a recipe. Relax." A recipe? Right. The day I caught them, my mother had called me at work saying she felt dizzy and asked if I could bring her soup. I left early, bought groceries, and went to her house with my spare key because she said she might be lying down. Ryan was supposed to be working across town. His truck was parked around the corner, not in the driveway. Around the corner. Even then, I told myself I was being paranoid. Then I walked inside and heard them before I saw them. After I left, Ryan blew up my phone. Calls, texts, voicemails. "Please let me explain. It wasn't planned. It's just been a mistake." That line hit me harder than anything else. Just been. Meaning more than once. Meaning this had become a thing. My mother texted the next morning with 3 long paragraphs about being emotionally vulnerable since her divorce and how Ryan had been a comfort. She said she never meant for me to find out this way. That wording made me sick. Like there was some better, kinder way to discover your boyfriend was sleeping with your mother. Then she added, "I hope, as a woman, you can understand loneliness makes people do shameful things." As a woman, not as her daughter. My older sister called me after and said, "Mom's lying." Apparently, my mother was already trying to frame it like Ryan had pursued her and she'd been too fragile to stop it. My sister also admitted she'd noticed weird little moments between them months ago. A hand on his wrist, inside jokes, too much eye contact. That made me furious at everyone, but mostly myself. Because deep down, I had noticed things too. I just kept talking myself out of it because the truth felt too ugly to touch. Ryan came to my apartment 2 days later. I didn't let him in. He stood outside my door and said, "I love you. What happened with your mom wasn't about you." I said, "That's supposed to help." He went quiet, then said, "No, it's just true." I asked him how long. He said, after a pause, "Since New Year's." So every family dinner, every holiday, every time my mother smiled at me and asked how we were doing, she already knew. Every time Ryan kissed me after leaving her house, he already knew too. I blocked him. I haven't blocked my mother. That's the part people judge me for. My friends think she should be dead to me. My sister thinks I'm in shock. My aunt said, "Men leave, mothers are forever." But are they? Because my mother did something I can't even explain out loud without sounding insane, and somehow I still can't fully cut the cord. She texted me last night a picture of me asleep on her chest when I was little and wrote, "I know you hate me, but I have loved you your whole life." And that's what's making this worse. I believe she loves me. I also believe she slept with my boyfriend while I was out buying her soup. I don't know what I'm more disgusted by, what she did, what he did, or the fact that some pathetic part of me still wants my mother to say something that could make any of this feel survivable.